So, log number 05. Look at you, standing in a goddamn furnace while your brain tries to convince you that you're freezing. You've got salt crusting your eyelashes and red grit in your lungs. That fog rolling in? It's the Benguela current's favorite way to kill an amateur. It's a wall of salt and moisture that tricks your body while it strips the heat from your core 20 times faster than dry air. In 10 minutes, your fingers will have the dexterity of frozen goddamn carrots. Hear that? The singing sands aren't a song, kid. The dune is unstable. Run! To the left! Now! Look up. Rising out of the sand like the ribs of a dead whale, that's the Eduard Bohlen. Don't touch the hull. At 60 degrees Celsius, the heat will weld your bare skin to the rust in a heartbeat. Pull yourself into the shadow. Your tongue is already sticking to the roof of your mouth like a piece of dry sandpaper, isn't it? Stay smart, or become part of the landscape. Inside now. Listen to that wind whistling through these rotted hull plates. It sounds like a goddamn funeral march played on a flute made of rust. Don't move too fast. The air in here is stagnant, thick enough to chew and smelling of a century of dead grease and salt rot. Sst. Look at the ceiling. See those beads of moisture? That's the only thing in this graveyard that isn't trying to kill you. The morning fog trapped against the cold iron. Don't you dare put your tongue on that metal. Shh! You want a mouthful of tetanus and jagged iron? Use your scarf. Press it against the pipe. Soak it up. Squeeze it into the tin. Harder. It's gonna taste like copper and engine oil, but out here, that's a vintage goddamn champagne. Drink it. Every drop is another minute of life you're clawing back from the sun. Now look through that hole in the hull. The sun is dipping toward the Atlantic, turning the dunes into waves of blood. It's beautiful, isn't it? Don't get distracted. This is the transition. This is when the oven turns into the morgue. In an hour, the temperature will plummet 40 degrees, and that sea smoke will turn into a freezing shroud. Check your boots. Ensure the seals are tight. The sand fleas are waking up, and they aren't the only things in the Namib that hunt when the light fails. Stay in the shadows. Stay quiet. The desert is done burning you for today. Now it's gonna try to freeze you. Feel that? That's the Atlantic's breath hitting your neck. The Atlantic doesn't care that you were burning alive an hour ago. The sea smoke is inside the hull now. It's not just mist, kid. Nasty, salt-saturated fog that clings to everything. Look at your skin. That layer of salt you've been collecting all day? It's a goddamn conductor now. It's drawing the heat out of your blood and dumping it into the damp air. Shh. Stop shivering. You're burning through your last scrap of glucose. Listen. Above the wind. That's not the ship settling. That's a strand wolf, a brown hyena. They don't wait for you to be a skeleton. They're perfectly happy to help you get there. Don't reach for your knife. Your fingers are too stiff. You'll just drop it and give them something shiny to chew on. Get deeper into the engine block. The cast iron is still holding a fraction of the day's heat. Huddle down. Pull your knees to your chest. In this fog, your eyes are useless. Your ears are the only thing keeping you on the right side of the dirt. It's a shitty way to spend a night, I know. Shivering in a rusted tomb while a scavenger waits for your heart to skip a beat. But out here, Shitty is a luxury. Dead is the baseline. The fog is thickening. I can't see my own goddamn boots. Don't close your eyes. If you slip into a hypothermic sleep now, you're just a delivery service for the hyenas. Stay awake. Stay cold. The sun will be back to burn us soon enough. The sun is back. A few hours ago, you were a frozen goddamn carrot. Now you're back to being a radiator with a leak. The desert doesn't give a shit about consistency. Look at that water vapor rising off your scarf. That oily rust sludge we collected last night, it's half gone before it even hits your tongue. Grab your pack. We're done with the ship. It was a good tomb for the night, but now it's just an oven waiting to cook us. Move your ass through that breach in the hull. Don't slide. Ugh. Friction heat, remember? Keep your feet moving on the windward side. Look ahead, rising out of the dunes. That's not sand. That's the salt pan. A mile of cracked bone-white poison. You think it's a shortcut? Please. Walking on a salt pan at noon is like dancing on a goddamn frying pan. The albedo effect, the white reflection, is going to double your UV exposure and cook your retinas if you stare at it. Brace your compass. The iron ore is receding, but now we're navigating by dead reckoning. Our goal is that observation tower miles away, a rusted spire from the colonial days. If my memory holds, there's an old German heliograph up there. A mirror, kid. We're going to use the sun to ask the world to save us. It sounds like a landslide, but it's just the dunes screaming again. Ignore the music. Focus on the tower. In 2 hours, we'll be on the pan. The air will be 90% salt dust. It's gonna taste terrible. But if we get that mirror working, it might just be the sweetest goddamn signal you ever send. Keep your mouth closed. Breathe shallow. Every step forward is bargaining for a second chance. The desert isn't done playing with us, but now we have a way to talk back. Move. Now. There it is. Up close, it's even worse than I remembered. A skeleton of rusted iron held together by bird shit and the stubbornness of a century. Don't put your full weight on the first rung. Test it. If that iron snaps, you aren't just falling. Bismuth hard salt is going to shred you like a cheese grater before you hit the deck. Move. 1 hand, 1 foot. 3 points of contact, remember? The air up here, it's thinner, but the wind is a goddamn razor. It's carrying salt crystals that want to sandblast the skin right off your cheeks. Look at the platform. There she is, the German heliograph. It's caked in a thick white crust of salt and bird lime. The mirror is dull, useless. Give me your scarf. No, the dry part. We're gonna use the last of that oily water to scrub the glass. Don't waste a drop. Look at that reflection. Look like a ghost that's been through a blender. Now, aim the sighting vein at the horizon. Short, short, short. Long, long, long. The SOS. It's a rhythmic scream in a world of silence. Wait. Don't blink. Nothing. Just the infinite blue of the Atlantic and the white haze of the pan. Wait. Look down. At the base of the tower. See those tracks in the salt dust? Those weren't there when we started the climb. A strand wolf. He's not even hiding anymore. He's sitting in our shadow, waiting for us to come down. The sun is at its peak. The mirror is hot enough to burn, but keep flashing. Somewhere out there is a fishing trawler or a patrol boat. If they don't see this light, we're just another pair of ribs for the desert to collect. Flash it again, harder! Move the shutter, now! Is that a hull? Or just my retina screaming? There's a shape on the horizon, cutting through the salt haze like a jagged tooth. Don't celebrate yet. Out here, the Fata Morgana is the desert's favorite joke. It'll show you a rescue ship while you're walking off a goddamn cliff. The tower just groaned. That wasn't the wind, kid. That was a structural rivet snapping under the thermal expansion. We're getting down now, before this rusted skeleton decides to fold. Watch your feet. The salt on your soles is making those rungs as slick as greased glass. Look down. He's still there. The strand wolf hasn't moved an inch. He's watching us descend like we're a pair of slow-motion steaks. You've got a rested handpick and a salt blindness that's making a world look like a kaleidoscope. The dunes are shifting again. The sound is vibrating through the tower's legs. Hit the pan. Don't stop to catch your breath. The air down here is even hotter, a stagnant pool of salt dust and sunfire. Keep your eyes on that shape in the water. If it disappears, it was a mirage. If it stays, we might actually make the next log. He's up. The hyena is moving. Don't run. If you trip on this salt crust, he'll have your hamstring before you can scream. Walk. Steady. Breathe through the scarf. The final mile is the one where most people quit. Move. Now. There. That's not a ghost. That's an inflatable zodiac cutting through the surf like a black blade. Don't wave your arms yet. You'll just dump the last of your blood pressure and black out on the salt. He's closer now. The strand wolf. He's stopped trotting. He's low to the ground, ears pinned back, smelling the copper in your sweat. He knows you're at the edge. He's just waiting for the wobble. Hold the pickaxe low. If he lunges, aim for the snout. Don't let him get a grip on the leather. The salt pan is ending. The sand is getting soft again, pulling at your boots like a goddamn anchor. The Atlantic is roaring now, a wall of cold, gray chaos just 100 yards away. It's the most beautiful, terrifying sound you'll ever hear. He's moving. The hyena is making his play. Throw the scarf, now! He's distracted, snarling at the salt-crusted wool while we hit the waterline. God, the water. It's like liquid ice hitting a red-hot engine block. Don't drink it. Just let it soak into your clothes. Let it kill the oven. That's the boat. Grab the line. Pull yourself in. Don't look back at the shore. The Namib is done with you. She didn't get her skeleton today. Log number 05, Skeleton Coast. Stay smart. Stay thirsty for the right things. Out.